Welcome everybody, it's Stu, back with Handyman Hut. In this episode, we are looking at my pergola. It all started with a sketch on a whiteboard in my buddy's cube. Here I am laying out the 4x4s. Dropped the camera there, oops. I could have snapped a chalk line, but I did it the hard way and went back and forth between the tape measure and eyeballing it. So what you'll notice me doing here is I took half of the bottom of the column, marked out the bottom square, and just used that as a template to find the center. Here I am setting the anchor bolts for the post bases. So I forgot to film myself cutting the 2x8s and staining them. Here they all stained and cut. Right here I am putting the 2x8s by 16 feet up on the 4x4s. My original plan was, as you can see, just set both of the 2x8s on top of the 2x4 and keep them close together. But as you'll see later in the video, that quickly changes. After some back and forth between my dad, who owns a contracting company, it was a better idea to split that 4x4 with the 2x8s. That way there's a gap, and I think it just looks better from an aesthetic point of view. So that is what I'm doing here. Currently, I'm making the adjustments. We got the 2x6s, which would be running the opposite direction of the 2x8s. Here you're going to notice I'm just getting a rough idea of where to notch the 2x6s. So the 2x6s that I got were 16 feet long. I'm cutting them down to 14 feet. That way I have about 1.5 foot span covering the 2x8s, which you'll notice and see in a later shot. Here I am notching the 2x6s before I go ahead and stain them. So I enticed my dad and family to come over for dinner one night, and we set the templates for the columns up. We ran out of long screws to secure them, so we just used some baling wire to secure them, get them set in place. After the 2x6s were stained and dried, I applied the water guard clear seal on them just to give them another layer of protection. That is what you'll notice I'm doing here. This is also like staining, a long and tedious process, but it just adds an extra layer of protection. So made a quick Home Depot run Saturday morning. It's very short and quick. Getting used to filming all of my steps. As you can tell, I'm very new to this. Got some corrugated roofing. Got the liquid tight nail, screws, some caulking for the bottom. And now it's go time. We are notching the 2x6s, and I'm staining the 2x4s that will support the corrugated roof. Here you'll notice we are about to lay out the 2x6s. As you can see, I mentioned it's about 1.5 feet of overlap on that left side of the pergola, with the right side ending just at my neighbor's fence. After the 2x6s are all laid out correctly, I am now going around securing the columns, using the liquid nail to fill the gaps and make a nice clean look. This was a long process. It was also 93 degrees in October, so it was a hot, hard day. The next step, we are tossing the 2x4s up on top of the 2x6s. This is going to be what we secure the corrugated roofing to. So I don't have a fancy camera crew. It's just me and my iPhone. And my iPhone decided to overheat while filming the beginning steps of the corrugated roof. As you notice, we were already majority of the way done as it kicked back on. So here what you'll notice is we are building a block and installing it in the center of the pergola, as my fiance has a 3-foot chandelier she would like hung that she got from her cousins. As you can see, it's very sparkly, and we needed to make sure that it was not going to fall down. All in all, this was a pretty cool build. I think it just elevated our backyard to a whole nother level. I think I'm into the material $570 something. Got the columns for free. Here is a list of material and cost.